Well, I don't really know what to call this video. It could be seen as kind of a channel update in all honesty, although it's more of a personal video than a simple pointing out what I have planned for the future in terms of content. I mean, I will address future content ideas in this video, but for the most part, this is going to be addressing some personal issues to explain why there has been a lack of content being produced on the channel of late. Well, firstly, I'm sorry. At the end of 2022 and the start of 2023, I went from producing daily videos, daily content on YouTube, coupled with 2 to 3 streams a week over on Twitch. Attempting to do this daily content was an attempt to reinvigorate the channel, as whilst the channel wasn't failing, it wasn't growing like it had in the past. However, while the experiment of daily content did see growth and brought the channel back to life to a certain extent, I was unaware of the toll it would take on me personally. As a solo creator, maintaining that level of content output was a little bit of a ticking time bomb. For a while I was able to do it. It took me working on the content day and night, and all of my attention was focused on making those videos to maintain this pace, with what other energy levels I had left being used to tend to my physical health issues, which I've talked about in the past. So in doing so, I neglected personal needs, social needs, hell, even life needs. And all it took was a few of these issues and desires to pile up and, well, ultimately become an issue. Whether they were outside of my control or not, they caused me to falter in my daily upload schedule and ultimately caused a downward spiral to the point we're at now, as multiple personal issues, desires, responsibilities piled up upon one another. It started off gradually, but not in a negative way, as I began to enjoy streaming more and more due to making streamer friends that brought me out of my shell and resulted in me enjoying the hobby more and more. I was then given an opportunity by EA to cover Wild Hearts leading up to its launch, but I fear I may have squandered and handled both of these positive elements in the wrong way. Maybe I should have streamed more or put more effort into advertising that I was enjoying streaming more and more. With Wild Hearts, I know I should have made more content on the game and streamed it as much as possible. It was an opportunity I feel I definitely squandered despite producing videos on the game that was required of me by EA at the time. But self-doubt and hindsight aside, social desires also became apparent, as spending time with the new people I met became a strong desire of mine. Also, there were a few other aspects outside of my control, including burnout with making videos, a potential loss of apartment at the end of April as my roommate was moving out, being called in for jury duty at the same time. It all resulted in a decline in both my physical and mental health, which caused something to ultimately snap, and I've been struggling to find any joy I had with content creation. It's still there somewhere, but, well, like I said, I'm burnt out. I've talked about this a little bit on the few rare streams that I still do, as well as shouted into the void on Twitter. But I wanted to address it here a little bit more in depth on the platform that has been my home for 10 plus years. So whilst my plate is overfilling and new things being added to it daily, how do I stop this? Well, I'm trying to take it one step at a time. Jury duty, for example, may be called off due to the mental health issues I experience. It's just a matter of waiting. Moving apartments, well, that depends on the landlord, unfortunately. It feels a little bit out of my control. A lot of these aspects feel out of my control in all honesty, which is adding to the uncertainty and, well, lack of motivation to create content. My physical health, well, I do have a specialist who helps me in that department. As for mental health, well, again, I'm seeking professional help to assist. That being said, I'm not in a good place, with dark thoughts and more, but with the help of a couple of close friends, I'm staying afloat. I will say that all of this has resulted in me enjoying gaming less and less. I used to play games outside of YouTube and Twitch, but that desire is all but gone. And even now, I have no real urge to log in and play, well, anything. I used to log in daily for games like Genshin Impact, but now I haven't touched it in over 2 months. The question is, how is this going to affect content creation videos and streams going forward? Well, I'm not sure. Part of my worry is that I need to get back into it as soon as possible, as it's one of my main source of income. It does pay for bills. So, whilst I may suggest or look at the possibility of a break being on the cards, I cannot take a break for a long period of time, especially with the possible move on the horizon. Knowing my luck, the landlord will increase the rent as well. I'm really not sure what is best. Maybe admitting that I'm on a break rather than trying to make videos, end up stopping, getting depressed, reset the video over and over again, is the way to go. I mean, ultimately in my head, I want to aim to return to video production when the 5th title update releases for Monster Hunter Rise, which I believe is sometime in April. Streaming though is another question. I do plan to rebrand the stream, embracing what I'm doing over there, but keeping it its own separate entity, so to speak, from the YouTube videos I produce. So whilst YouTube will be aimed at making guides and news videos, with the aim to potentially cover more than Monster Hunter in the future, Twitch I would like to be more of a variety platform, to counter potentially any burnout I may experience making the guides in the future. But I'm still unsure. In fact, as I'm writing this, I'm waffling between officially announcing a break till Title Update 5 or not. So, you know what? I hope you all understand, but I feel this is going to be the case. With Title Update 5, I can come back to guides for both the Title Update as well as Title Update 4 for some break if anyone has missed it. Wild Hearts will also be receiving new content in late April, so I can also cover that. At least those are the temporary plans. I will continue to stream, but the stream schedule will be erratic or non-existent. But once my roommate moves out, I will be aiming to stream a lot more, once I obviously have rebranded and thought up a more concrete plan. Best case scenario, there is no move. I live solo, in which case I can stream non-stop, my health permitting. We will see. But I also wanted to make this message to say I'm a little fucked up at the moment. And while the videos have been lacking, I am sorry, and I hope you understand, and I truly appreciate your patience as I try to get myself back into the saddle. So with that, I say I love you all, and I'll be back in about a week or so.